What's up, Dean? Sea Performance at the shop again, but got a really late start today. Probably didn't get here till almost 1, which sucks, but it is pretty much all back together. I got to put one plug wire on this side. That's the one that broke. I did the oil pressure sensor. That's where I cut and spliced the new connector in. I did the coolant temp sensor. It's down in there, right there. So again, I cut and spliced it right there. Kind of, sort of see it right there. It's a little bit long, so I came around the wire and plugged in so it doesn't drag on the header. I snatched the water pump off my motor. Got the new water neck with thermostat. Put that on. Had to get new bolts, which I have a bunch of those bolts. They're like the rear 2 real small oil pan bolts I use. Got the accessory brackets on. The wires are connected here. I got the coil plugged in there. This side's all connected. Got this header in. Dipsticks in. Heater hoses are all connected. AC lines are reconnected. Steam ports connected. Yeah, so I did all that, and then I came over to the intake to start getting it ready, and I need a reference line for this purge. So I need a reference line there, or not a reference line on that side, a reference line on the other side, this side, which is straight off of the intake. Normally that little purge is right here, like on the older truck style. So I put a barb, or no, I put a push lock in there because I'm going to run the push lock out, I think, along the side, and I might try to mount that bracket to here somehow. I got to figure out how to mount it. I may make a bracket that this slides onto or something, do something. So yeah, so I'll just put a rubber hose on there, put it over to push lock, get that done. Then, well, mainly because this is like a 3/8 MPT. I only had this one 3/8 MPT that came with the intake, so I put this in the back for the brake booster. This is the map sensor. His map sensor doesn't fit in there, so I did a barb here, capped these two. I did a barb here because I'm going to hang the map sensor right off of it. Basically, I'm going to put a rubber hose on here, put a rubber hose on the map sensor, zip tie them more or less together, because the harness leads to that port up on the top front. So I don't want to try and cut the harness and stretch the harness and do all this. It's only 3 wires, but I'm going to try and loop the harness through the intake to the passenger side. So I'll be able to plug the map sensor in under here, then have the push lock run out to wherever I decide to put the little purge valve thing, whatever that is, evaporator purge valve, I guess it is. I still got to pull the injectors out of here and get them in here and figure out the brackets, if they're right, wrong, whatever. But I wanted to get this together, and then I had to stop because I don't have any rubber hose that will fit on here. It's like 1/4 inch rubber hose. So I don't have any that'll fit here. So basically that stalls me out for right now. I got to go and get it. Here's the map sensor. So basically it'll sit like that, and the map sensor piece, you just pull the rubber off and it's like a barbed fitting, and it's the same size as that barb. Yeah, so that puts me at a standstill for now, for today anyways, but it's like almost 4:30 ish. I got the upper hose on, so everything is pretty much connected as far as the motor goes. I just have to get the intake on it and get it hooked up, and then I took the washer tank I took out when I pulled the motor out, but that's coming out and staying out, because we're actually going to run his intake filter down underneath. I don't know, it's some weird Trailblazer SS thing, cut like a 20-inch hole for a 4-inch pipe. So what I'm going to end up doing is that his washer pumps are kind of separate, so I disconnected them. This is the tank level sensor. I got to pull that out. But these are just, everything's just grommeted into this plastic tank. It's basically they drilled a hole and then shoved a rubber grommet in it. So these two are the pumps, which I should be able to hopefully pluck these grommets out. And then there's the level sensor, which again is just another, I believe it's just a rubber plug in there. It feels like a rubber plug in there. Yeah, it is. So I'm probably gonna charge them like $3,000 to build a little washer tank off on the fender well. Over here I'll build like a box that maybe has a sump here that comes out but kind of flat, almost like mimic that tank but in a really small expensive aluminum version. It's already got a bolt right there that I can hang it from, and then maybe do like a nutsert or something over here to attach it. I don't know, I just got to figure out what I want to do with that. I have plenty of aluminum over there to do it. It won't take me long to do it, but take days to do it. So yeah, so all the brackets are on. It's missing one of the studs. Doesn't matter, you only need 2 in that whole coil bracket, but I'll find one. I have a ton of them. Put it in there. And I rearranged a few things. I got the wire bracket figured out for the back. It actually stands up straight, and then it holds this big transmission loom. I don't know what this wire's for though. This plug here, I do not know what this plug is for. Clueless, and I don't remember disconnecting it, and it's like absolutely oil soaked, so I don't know that this was connected to anything. So kind of lost there. I don't see anything on the intake that it's connected to. Like it will be on the back of the intake, and there's nothing there that it's connected to, so I don't really know. I don't know if there was something on here. Just kind of lost on that one. So I'm not sure. If somebody knows, please comment and tell me what it's for. Before I put the intake on, then I'm like, dope. But O2's plugged in for that side. I never unplugged that side. What else? Yeah. Yeah, that's plugged in. So, yeah, I mean it's getting there. I gotta get an AC belt for it, which I got coming tomorrow morning. I already called. She's delivering it tomorrow morning for me, and then have the other belt so I can get those on. I'll have the hose in the morning for the intake. So yeah, once I get the map sensor on, I can cut the brake booster hose. I'm gonna cut some of the hose off, make it a little bit shorter off the back of the intake. Basically, this big section here, I'm gonna cut it down to like here, just so that it clamps onto the barb. I gotta get clamps. That's the other thing I gotta get. Yeah, I mean, other than intake, fill it up with oil. Put the 1 plug wire on, and change the muffler, then load in the tune, which I'll show some very concerning issues in the tune, and why you can't trust anybody, bottom line. You really can't, and it's a sad world. But yeah, so I'll get all that done. I'll go over the tune when I go to load it in. I'll kind of just I'll open it and record make a video of what was in there and how it should be in there. Basically, it has to do with the injector settings. So I know he's got a bunch of money in tuning on this, and it was never right. So we are going to do our best to make it right. But that's it for now. Appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified of new videos. Leave me a comment and have a good day.